Good afternoon, everyone. I hope you're all having a fantastic day. Today, I wanted to talk about relationship burnout and a loss of respect and what that can mean to your relationship. So we can lose respect for our partner for many different reasons, both big and small. And it takes time to rebuild that sense of connection and respect for our loved ones if they are acting in ways that are causing us to think less of them. And it can be easy to fall into this trap, especially as we start to lose our connection. We start to notice more and more of the negative things about that other person the further we get from that connection to them. So it gets easy to fall in that trap of thinking down on that person and losing respect for them. And here's the thing that is important to keep in mind. We're all doing the best that we can at this time, including ourselves, and most especially our loved ones. And so we can have that thought towards the other person. And this doesn't mean that we should stay and put up with abuse or neglect or any kind of disrespect. However, I feel like a lot of times people will lose respect for the other person and not recognize that that other person is probably struggling in some way, mentally, emotionally, and if we could look past these things that we are sort of stacking on the negative side and try to remember the things that we were attracted to them for, the qualities in them that we really loved about them. And so if we take this into our relationships, whether it's our parent-child relationship, whether it's our partnership, maybe work partnership or life partnership or friendships, if we can all just assume that everyone is doing the best that they can at this time, then maybe it allows for some compassion and some empathy to come in. And we can still create boundaries in a relationship. We can still put our needs and wants in priority. We can still, ask for and expect to receive respect from the other person. However, we should also maybe understand that maybe this person is lacking in support, and maybe there's things that they're needing in order for them to grow and mature. Because often the things we dislike about our partners, we perceive as maybe a sign of immaturity, lack of instability, or lack of stability rather, and so, and it makes sense if we're looking, especially in a romantic relationship, if we're looking to possibly build a life with this person, and we perceive them as being immature, that's not really going to help us, feel safe and nurtured in a relationship. However, if we look at some of the things that our partner does as more coping skills, and not all coping skills are necessarily bad, unhealthy. They only can they veer into the unhealthy realm when there's no balance. And so I'll give you, for instance, early in our relationship, well, not early in our relationship, early in our relationship as parents to young children, clarify that, because my husband and I were together for 9 years before we actually started our family, but throwing kids into this, of course, a whole new dynamic. Any of the things that we had sort of worked through until that point, certainly helped our relationship to be stronger. However, having the addition of children to the mix brought some other issues that needed to be dealt with. One of the things that I remember really struggled with, thank you for me, ladies. One of the things that I really struggled with at that time, children were young, was that I was mostly stay-at-home mom. I was doing some yoga classes here and there, doing a little reflexology, but mostly home, and really trying to my schedule for my husband to be home and vice versa. We had this goal that would be, one of us would be around, would be for our children, and if we be that, hopefully parents could. So it created a lot of tension, and it was a lot of work to do in that way. A lot of sacrifices made. One of the things that we struggled with, that at that time my husband was playing a lot of games, and that was escape, his way of sort of de-stressing at the end of the day, and for the most part, I think I've been okay with it, but then it was around the time I introduced online gaming, where the heads, it was all fairly new. You knew our bracket actually afford kind of technology, so it might have been for years we could afford it, and so he would be a live game with someone on the internet, and with his help, either of the kids or something was told, he was accessible because he could leave this game because you lose rank and whatever, and no one wants to play with you, reasons. So it became something that we were thinking about, arguing. It caused a lot of, it was sore because I felt, now I need to engage with this thing. And so part of me understand that I needed this sort of time and compression. The reality was that because of what was going on for that time, became an addictive behavior. So it was being a real coping to the realm of addictive behaviors were affecting his life negatively, in which didn't see any being stopped in it. And so, we had some work we had to, discussion, appreciation, confidence, and of course, sits down video can complete atmosphere, house, different of understanding. And so not only play as often doesn't play along, even to online people, can play with someone new to him. He can reach that we to. So it's a help let cope mechanism him to calm down, or thinking of our home, anything like that. Totally believe all healthy goodness we need deep shut, much as I go mindful and aware of feeling something just to escape, and that's perfect, and it's not really because the addictive comforting of that's when it is, and that comes up. So I do so husband at the and I work if you have her really her it was a resource to use. Um, it'll be some of my own. So not all the work to do and make new and doing things to come. There some on our face, or sing or cry can do kind of the so to it is to my